Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about a massive link between Quant and JP Morgan. So before we talk about the main story today, I'd like to show you a clip which features the Quant CEO Gilbert Verdian going into detail and providing his views as to why he designed Quant's innovations, most notably Overledger, and what the utility and the rolling out of Overledger could mean for DLT over the long run.
Building the protocol. So I've always had an idea of creating an internet protocol for money. From my earlier discussion. I've been thinking on how to do it and what's the best way to do it, and comparing stuff that we've done in the ISO standards and all the other standards. And I thought that there is room for us to create an open digital asset protocol that anyone can implement and use, allow any institution to host a gateway in front of their organization to give access to resources, to give access to transactions between their internal network and external participants in that that use case that you said with the fragmented financial system. I started thinking, what's the best way to do it? And I kept going back to IETF. So IETF is the Internet Engineering Task Force. They're the ones that endorsed and enabled TCP/IP to happen. They're the ones that basically created the protocols that run the internet. And I thought this is the right forum because it's a protocol. Just coincidentally, I've been thinking about it, and I spoke at an event, and one of the MIT people, one of the professors, he spoke at the same event, and what he said, I just realized that he gets it. And so MIT understand where this is all heading. They've got that foundational core internet technology background to be able to do this, and I'm talking about BGP and routing protocols and stuff that powers the internet of today. And I approached them. I said, look, I've got this idea. We need to create a protocol that can allow the seamless move of digital assets between different networks and different gateways. What do you think? And they agreed. So they said this is a great idea. And this is the wider MIT. It's not the DCI. So DCI is just an institution within the department that's specifically tasked to do one thing. But this is the wider MIT. So we kicked this off, and we've been working on it for the last few months. And now it's at a stage where we had our first IETF meeting yesterday. So we've got the US government involved, this thing that we put together that's public already. There's the likes of Juniper and Intel part of it. We've got payment companies interested in it. We've got telecoms companies interested in it. So they're all on the call. So it's started to be a big thing. And what we're looking to do is to create that internet scale protocol to move digital assets between different types of networks and different types of gateways.
So as detailed by Verdian, DLT will become increasingly more popularized and used across industries around the world. And this is where Quant comes in, where Overledger, as I previously mentioned on a number of instances, is the only infrastructure on the marketplace that provides universal connectivity between varying DLTs and also provides connectivity between DLTs and legacy infrastructure. So with all these key concepts and characteristics, which makes Quant a highly attractive proposition, especially in terms of validating transactions and the connectivity of varying networks, Quant's Overledger could become a key figure and framework which enables wide-scale connectivity of varying networks of varying backgrounds. So let's talk about the main story today. So firstly, I'd like to talk about how JP Morgan and Citigroup and other financial bodies across the US are set to conduct research and are also set to harness the innate qualities surrounding blockchain into their own infrastructure, where the likes of JP Morgan and Citigroup are set to utilize and take on the benefits of tokenization engines. And the financial bodies actually forecast that blockchain could be a $5 trillion industry by 2030. So with the mentioned financial bodies eyeing and detailing to the potential blockchain technology could provide, especially in a few years, the mentioned financial bodies could choose to leverage and implement blockchain technology into their own infrastructure and use cases. And the main reason as to why such financial bodies may choose to leverage blockchain into their own services is due to the innate qualities blockchain provides and the superiority blockchain and DLT provides as compared to legacy systems, most notably DLT being a lot more secure, immutable, and being a lot faster and cheaper compared to legacy systems and infrastructure. So with DLT looking likely to become more widely incorporated and utilized across all industries, most notably the financial sector, it makes no surprise as to why the likes of Quant and its use cases, including Overledger, could be directly harnessed and incorporated into such developments, and how these factors could impact the utility of blockchain and DLT, and how the likes of Overledger could be harnessed for years to come. So very exciting, and it'll be interesting to see how these developments will eventually lead to the wide-scale utility of blockchain and potentially Quant's innovations, including Overledger. So with JP Morgan looking to potentially incorporate DLT into their workflows, the Quant CEO Gilbert Verdian actually provided some insights about a number of developments involving DLT and how DLT could be incorporated and utilized by the financial sector, where in a string of messages provided by Gilbert Verdian on Telegram, he actually stated as to how some of the biggest financial bodies in the US are set to collaborate and are looking to bring regulation and governance and mass market capability to institutions and retail clients. And this all encompasses JP Morgan, the Fidelity Digital Asset, SIX, Deutsche Börse, looking to embrace blockchain technology into their own infrastructure. And this message actually follows on where Gilbert Verdian actually details as to how Overledger could be harnessed and incorporated into the financial sector, where he stated in the Telegram message as to how interconnecting traditional financial infrastructure with new DLT infrastructure would be imperative, especially as DLT becomes more widely incorporated into a number of industries around the world. And this is where Overledger comes in, where, as I previously mentioned at the start of the video, Overledger is the only innovation that can provide universal interoperability between not just DLTs, but also between DLTs and legacy systems. So these factors may be the main reason as to why more financial bodies or even nations choose to harness the benefits Overledger provides. So this is a nice diagrammatic illustration of the protocols and the benefits Overledger can provide, especially in terms of providing API gateways for a number of industries around the world, where again, API gateways will allow for blockchain legacy systems to communicate and interact and interoperate. And it's not just public and traditional DLTs that could be harnessed, but also private DLT networks, as well as banks, and even payment protocols including SWIFT and PayPal. So it'll be interesting to see whether the mentioned financial bodies do choose to leverage Overledger, and whether JP Morgan's predictions as to the value DLT could amount to will become a reality. But time will tell, and it will be interesting to see how things play out. So the Quant team have actually directly collaborated with a number of financial bodies in recent times, actually in June of this year, where the Quant team actually sat alongside individuals from the ECB, Nexi, Deutsche Bank, JP Morgan and the banker, where during this event the following institutions discussed CBDCs, what is the outlook for CBDCs in Europe, where the talk went into detail about how CBDCs could be directly harnessed and leveraged into the wider European marketplace, and most notably within the EU. So it's very exciting that Quant is actually directly collaborating and discussing features involving financial activities with a number of the biggest financial bodies from around the world. So it'll be interesting to see how this development plays out, and whether Quant's direct affiliation with the mentioned bodies could lead to Quant becoming incorporated into CBDC developments and other developments surrounding financial activities for years to come. But again, time will tell, and again it'll be interesting to see how things play out and whether Quant will play a key role in financial activities in the future. So the following landing page on the JP Morgan website actually details two blockchain platform utility, where JP Morgan have actually pioneered the creation of Onyx, which is the first bank-led blockchain platform for the exchange of value, information and digital assets. So it indicates that JP Morgan are already at the forefront in developments involving DLT. So the bank is aware of the benefits DLT can provide. So very exciting, not just for Quant, but just for the general DLT sphere, as the likes of JP Morgan have highlighted and earmarked to the potential blockchain provides and the benefits blockchain can provide, not just for retailers, but also for huge financial organizations, in this example, JP Morgan. So again, this is a nice diagrammatic illustration of the utility of Overledger and how a number of varying bodies across different industries could harness the benefits of Quant's Overledger and its other utilities. So this is on the JP Morgan website, where they go into depth and provide a number of articles about the use cases surrounding cryptocurrency and the number of developments involving cryptocurrency, and how JP Morgan is at the forefront of developments within the blockchain and DLT realm and cryptocurrency developments. So with Quant being at the center and discussing developments with a number of the biggest financial bodies in the world, especially retail banks, Quant is also working in conjunction with central banks. I know I've spoken about this on a countless number of times now, but Quant is working alongside the likes of the Bank for International Settlement in a number of initiatives, most notably Project Rosalind. And the Bank for International Settlement have actually highlighted an earmark to other initiatives and protocols surrounding CBDCs, and where they highlight to how interoperability and the utility of API gateways will become increasingly more important and necessitous, especially when CBDCs are rolled out across the wider marketplace, and how these CBDCs could interact and interoperate with other CBDCs and legacy financial services and infrastructure. So very exciting, and it's another huge organization which has an affiliation with Quant, and this affiliation is a direct affiliation, so very exciting for Quant. So this article here goes into a bit more depth about this partnership, so you can always search this article up and have a deeper read about this initiative. And I'd like to end the video with this diagram here, where it gives a illustration of how Overledger could work and function, and how the likes of central banks, retail banks, and even cryptocurrency stablecoins could be harnessed and leveraged through the benefits of Overledger, where Overledger will be an all-encompassing API network that could allow for varying assets of varying backgrounds, be it more traditional assets or crypto assets, being exchanged at any given time. So very exciting, and it'll be interesting to see whether Overledger is harnessed and incorporated into the financial structure for years to come. What are your thoughts on Quant? Are you bullish on the potential link between JP Morgan and Quant? Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching Crypto Clan. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell. Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.